How's everybody doing? I'd like to show you my hackathon project. We have a lot to go through, so we're going to just jump right into it. So the one thing that I wanted to see, one thing I wanted to do was, what would I like to see? And the number one thing I would like to see is what are my players, the favorite players doing? What are my favorite teams doing? Um, what types of articles are they coming in? What did they do in their last game? And then that with that premise, this is what I came up with. So, very first thing you can do once you come into the site, you'll be able to log in. We do allow anonymous users to peruse the site, but if you want to, join and all the other stuff we'll talk about later, you do have to sign up and sign in. So we have a nice little, button over there that we can manage our favorites. So you come in here, you can pick your favorite players, your favorite team. So I can add the Philadelphia Phillies as a favorite team of mine. I can go in here and search different players, add different players, et cetera, et cetera. So you see a little notification at the bottom. We'll talk about them in a second. So you can see my favorite players coming in here, et cetera. Um, we can search for different players, so we can search for Harper if we want to add him, remove him. If he wasn't already selected, he's my favorite player. I am a Philadelphia Phillies fan. And then looking at Harper, we can go in here and look at the type of data we have. So we are looking for the articles, we're looking at his stats, we're looking at what videos, and those will be the home run videos, and we're looking at bets. Um, so looking at the articles, we can come in here, we can open it up. It talks about the Phillies and the Astros, Harper's in there. We are using Gen AI, we're using Gemini, and Vertex AI to summarize all the articles and to translate all the articles, which we will get to in a second. So they're finding all the players, all the teams mentioned, translating them into Japanese and Spanish for us, et cetera, et cetera. And I do apologize if you hear my dog barking. We're looking at the stats, so his entire career stats are here. Looking at his videos, what types of home runs. So we have a couple home runs. We can see they're in English. And then we have bets as well. If you click on it, it will definitely show the articles and it'll show the video in English. The regular broadcast, if it was an English broadcast, would show. But now if we switch it over to Japanese, you can see all the same home runs, all the same copy, etc. Everything is translated. We are pre-translating a lot of the stuff using Gemini and Vertex AI, just because it's easier to load and there's no lag time. So we come in here, we want to play a video. I'm just going to play this video. The title is translated into Japanese. And then you can see we got another badge at the bottom.
センターへ。これは良い当たりだ。タバレス、交代。フェンスサイ。入った。ブライス・ハーパーのソロホームラン。フィラデルフィア・フィリーズ、6回裏、3対1とリードを広げます。
I learned a lot about using prompts, how to pull the data, how to actually get the data you're looking for. Using Gen AI and Gemini to use what types of prompts, what types of keywords I need to use and translate. So we have that. We have the same exact thing for your teams. I only translated the top, I think 7 or 10 followed players. So we didn't translate everything, but again, we're pulling in all the articles. We have all the stats in here. So you can come in here. It's in Japanese, so you can see we have preseason, postseason games in here. 24, 2024. We have the same data as well. We have the preseason, postseason. You can click on these and it'll load all the player stats, what happened in throughout that game, who played, what did they do, et cetera, et cetera. And then we also pulling in bets. So we are not hitting the FanDuel or BetGM and APIs. It is a little bit of hard coded, but we did look at the time. But if we had those APIs, we could pull that data in real time and deliver that content as well to the end user. We do have some trivia, so we are doing game strategies, position, so basic trivia for people who don't know what baseball is. How can they learn about baseball? This is the type of data that we're putting in here and delivering it to our end users, so they can learn about how to play baseball. And then we also have trivia. So we do have trivia in here. So if a user were to come in here, there's different types of trivia, questions, etc. I think the first one's 10 questions, the other one's 12 questions. So taking the game data, and then we're also doing some, random trivia that we found. We also have, random obscure facts about, different types of rules. And then, looking at here, we do have some challenges. So as you were probably watching, as we were watching the video, etc., we are pulling the data in here. So you can see I have some, badge icons that are highlighted, etc. So once a user does an action, watch videos, and we have some of these that are secret, so not everything gets a notification, just so the user can play around and you learn how to use the site. So that you have some points. You can use those points. Yeah, so has a cost, everything like that. And then I actually already have these, for here, this is just for demo purposes. As you can see, I have zero. But if you're a first time user, you would be able to use you would accrue those points. You can claim these, and then you have your rewards. So as you can see, I already have two rewards purchased. So I have actual reward on Dodgers merch and ballpark meal. So hot dogs. I have a reward on hot dogs. So if you want to have users use the site, walk around on the site, do certain actions, you can reward them points. You can get that gamification of the site and that personalization. So if a user is a Bryce Harper fan, maybe we are giving them Phillies merch, we're giving them Harper merch, we're running only Harper rewards for them. So we have that type of content to give to the end user as well. So yeah, we're using Firestore, we're using BigQuery, we're using Gemini, Vertex AI to translate everything. We're using Firebase. I didn't want to use anything that was outside the scope, except the only thing I did outside the scope was I used a free audio editor to get that crowd cheering on those non-English videos so we can have that content there. Yeah. Well, that is my site. I thank you for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a great day.